empty, no pockets, give me that watch too. My mind is wicked, that's why I spit it so hostile. Freaky girls in the crib, it's like I live in a brothel. All I spit is Leviticus, but I'm not an apostle. My nuts hang low, long and they're colossal. Black trader black, she messiah to the misfits. Run circles, run these rappers till my shit splits. You a little late to the party, baby, I been lit. If you ain't on the friend list, you better mind your business. Ooh, got the party jumping like crisscross. Ooh, got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Ooh, pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for piss stops. Ooh, got the party jumping like crisscross. Ooh, got the gold chain and the wrist.
Need to find a solution quick. If we want a bit of a game here, really. Yeah, a couple ults nearby. Kayak's not too far off. Neither is Crashies. So Kayak off to a quick beginning, but the stall instantly comes out. Prowler to follow, so they know that they've still got that nice line over from elbow. Kayak has done well on his entries, but it's a tough endeavor, and Bang's been so cold with holding this as well, just shouldering it before in those earlier rounds.
Might even be a re-clearance here. See the Prowler layered with the flash from John. Bang just taking a peek with the TP.
And the one thing I love about how Sentinels approach playing Fnatic, there's no fear about it. They play like they're the favorites, which you could argue they are in this scenario. There isn't that hesitation or worry. They are as calibered, as prolific as each other in that regard. And already a good read here. Look at the rotation coming in. You're going to start seeing John QT head over to the right side, catching towards top middle, joined by Narrate. They've got a good beat on what Fnatic want to do, but this slow, steady pace isn't catching anyone off guard yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, almost tailor-made to force Second a little deeper here with that paranoia.
Still have to give away the game if they want to close down towards him, though.
Yeah.
And there it is. Oh, that's good
Big
from Kayak.
Big win.
Yeah, and that was basically all building towards it. Now at 25 seconds, overwhelmed. Zelsis goes down. They fought for that top middle control, and they've won it out. That was a very procedural round almost from Fnatic. These final three players, it's tough to come back into this.
Especially with such deep control from Alpha. Obviously boasted to complement that as well. Still a way back in here if they can win a couple of these gunfights, but the spy cam will reveal Sentinels in mid. So got to pick up the pace now if they still want to make a go of this. They're probably just going to look for exits on the other side. Doesn't feel good to walk into market there.
No, we could obviously see how many were waiting if they did decide to go for it, but for once it does feel like that kind of isolation of Zekken worked out, right? Mike, he had to sit deep CT, and then you had pressure top middle.
It still doesn't feel great that Zekken can then sit on a deeper angle on that, but I said that's why it's such a big win from Kayak. Window of opportunity after the paranoia is posted, unless you can scale up effectively and lock somebody like Zekken out of the site. Certainly doesn't feel like it's a guarantee. Fnatic on the board regardless though. So Zero Theft really seals the deal on this round.
So cute.
Nice boys, really good round.
Yeah, I mean even now that doesn't look overly happily about it.
No, I mean, we saw frustration early, and that's not something you're used to seeing with Boaster. He's very, very calm normally, if not always leaning towards a positive, but let's see how this looks. A little bit of an answer back for Sen's 4 rounds now. Kayak with ult, Crashies with it online too. Contact off the Prowler, and Bang getting curious. Flash in, swing! It's stunning from Bang. Answer found by Kron, though, takes away Narrate, who's meant to be that support system. John QT caught on the back away from that. He leant forward, it looked like to try and support what Bang was doing, but as it stands, they've given over the man advantage now.
No commitment just yet as well. Boaster trying to pick up maybe somebody in rotation. Only really Zelsis on the chopping block for that. See, Alpha still has a cam here, but he's not spotted. Zelsis has got ahead of it.
Oh my god, welcome to live events. See if you can figure it out. Around we go, completely unawares. And Zelsis is going to clear this. Zekken, he's got the operator. He's been quick so far, but he's got a lot of pressure now coming his way. Decides against it. Holds that deeper line again. Good choice. And a great shot! Crashies goes down. Spike now spotted. Holding his space towards CT. Support's coming in and Zelsis on the flank. Yeah, they got sight, but this post plant won't be comfortable for Fnatic. So do they fight forward?
Still a trip, actually, which will reveal Zelsis' position. Zek gonna swap over to the rifle.
This is pressure now on two sides. Mike, that trip being broken, they now know.
Found one.
What? How did Bang get that? Maybe above the smoke? I don't know. But Alpha with an you get away with robbery, apparently! speeds it up to going to Fnatic's way, but bloody hell, that felt close.
I mean, the shift walk out as well into Zeken's sideline. Still some question marks on this side of the map, for sure, but
and this
luckily,
is classic Tron, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Happy to stand his ground here.
Yeah,
It's over the top of the smoke. It looked like it might have just come straight through.
Yeah.
Chronicle delivering here. Maybe a swing round for Fnatic. So retrieval of the operator as well. Alpha actually going to pick it up himself. With how slow these early rounds have been, actually potential for maybe in a mid round to pick up a Zelsis creeping elsewhere and find a pick off the back of it.
And again, for someone like Chronicle, those 4 were his first 4. But you need that, right? You need your backbone, that spine to the roster.
Much deeper ahead of this poison orb now.
I love this diligence from
yes.
Fnatic. They're feeling that there's variety to this and there would be adaptation.
Sentinels have shown that they want to re-clear this and fight for this space actively, so no surprises to see Fnatic sitting back.
Look at these positions from SEN though. Are they going to go for a re-clear in middle or a challenge on this? Look how actively they're playing. Oh, this is super deadly. And that's 2 players spotted. Stun going to come in. Crashies might be screwed here. Forced out of the corner. He's still fine. He plays his life. This is so tense.
Even the aftershock just doesn't force onto a deep enough line, even with Zeken peeling away from that. Again, 40 seconds on the clock. We walk into potentially a site, just 2 members of Sentinels, but John QT, I'm not sure the cooldown there on the fault line will be able to apply some pressure here.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, we've got Narrate, Bang. You've still got a lot of util on Narrate. Same with Bang as well with Paranoia. Now the pressure. Narrate can't stand it. Too much util. Just the dart to turn his eyes. Bang now leans in. It's good for one, but not good enough for the follow. John QT on rotate through CT. Does it for now. Plant needed. No, that's a spike gun. Oh, it's an absolute fumble.
ekrUKh was down to just 10 HP. You see he's desperate to get out of the way of it.
Oh, you can see there's gutting for him too.
Absolute heartbreak because it's not recoverable at that point.
No, that's spike gone. That was it. Oh, God.
Enemy remaining.
And if you're saying you're grinning, right? You're like, oh, nice one, appreciate that. No plant to worry about, perfect. But God, for Fnatic, that is going to be devastating.
Certainly a tilter. 5-2 now the scoreline. Operator back in hand for Zeken as well.
I like this though, he's gone deeper towards
So aggro, yeah. I mean, they've been given a little bit of freedom on the side of Sentinels towards this side of the map. Zels is walking mid previously, getting ahead of that camera.
That's enough for him.
Definitely, yeah.
Don't think that jump spot saw it either. Careful now, that's a tag. Didn't get the kill, but now Zelsis readies himself. He knows that pressure can be coming through market, but top middle is a place to be worried about. Kron slips the net, but only for so long. Second, quick with it, Narrate in support. It's stunning. But still, look at the HP. ekrUKh down on 20. Boaster, 30. They are low in this.
Walking wounded. 50 HP between them. Bang, nearly caught the backside of them.
Oh, this re-clear is so well timed, and the old mic.
Might be able to get a plant away, but certainly not going to be comfortable regardless where Fnatic. But Zeken can close the gap so damn quickly.
And again, you've still got that Paranoia. Primed with Bang, there it goes, and that's going to catch! Just a shot through the smoke, and Zelsis going to catch Boaster. Now ekrUKh has to do, oh, Christ! I was going to say miracles, and he almost did it.
Good for the first, but Sentinels standing tall here. Nearly fell off my chair.
Look, if he'd hit another, I think I'd have done the same. But as it stands, I'm going to be honest, by all accounts, this has been Sentinels not looking too uncomfortable. It feels like they've got a good concept and a good read on what Fnatic are trying to achieve. They're handling the mid-pressure well. It feels like there's not enough layers to really pressure Sentinels. Second has been finding the spacing, great to be able to fall back.
Come on.
Sitting towards CT, that market presence, okay. Zelsis learning on the fly, slipping a little deeper, giving up. I haven't felt like Fnatic looked that deadly yet.
No, there's been a lack of pressure, really, on the side of Fnatic. Like I said, seemingly a lot of freedom for Sentinels on the B side of the map, and towards mid as well. First real switch up here is Zelsis over towards A.
This worries me. Just thought he was hands off keyboard for a second in the camera, so I was like, oh god, it's all good.
Do not speak it into existence.
It's
A
all
lesser
I have.
purchase here. 2 rifles. Tucked out on the side of Fnatic.
Trips on the side though, they don't know about this Zelsys. Again, maybe a good counter to Kayak's ult, maybe just be aware of what they'd want to be doing, but Bang needs to live. He's about to be overrun, he can't handle that. There's just too much going straight up towards that top mid side. Now a chance for Zelsys. Gets a spam, can't get the connect he want, and has to back away.
Oh, he's so lucky to get out of that. Able to break the sight lines here, even though he's tagged by the drone. Plant comes through. Probably the most comfortable post-plant we've seen here from Fnatic.
Does Narrate go for the ult? Ooh,
Certainly now with
deep.
the pit.
Yeah, really deep hit from Kron as well. That's just gonna, I mean, that really cuts off CT. You can't even be considering it at that point. But then it funnels you forward. Already look at the 2 players, Boaster and Kayak on site.
I mean, no
Eyes on that. That's
no,
wraps.
No shock to see Sentinels giving this one up. Do not fancy their chances. Obviously holding to the operator. Again, Fun's really looking pretty comfortable regardless at a 6-2 scoreline. I mean, ultimates to bring into the next, only really the TP for Boaster. Not much else to work around here. He's actually almost having both initiator ultimates on the side of Sentinels.
And here it is, the 1 kill that pretty much secured the entire round. Like doing that, and then you throw in the pit on top from Kron. That's pretty much checkmate. So only going back into it. Yes, I guess you could argue they did have Narrate's ult if they fancied it, but still, it was
roll of the dice, really, yeah.
It just felt like too much of a risk to go for it. So for Fnatic, a bit of stability found, but this slow and steady pace, certainly not setting my world on fire, but it has got them 3. Now, to continue forward would be fantastic. What's the adjustment here? What's the way they want to keep playing this? Because eventually Sen will figure out the tempo. And that was off the back of that ult from Kayak.
So previously, only 4 rounds found by Fnatic versus Gen G. So maybe that's why they're a little hesitant here. Try and draw some of these rounds out. Yeah, I mean, it's
look at this.
Certainly not what you want to rely on. This doesn't really scream confidence to you.
No, it doesn't.
Like I said, this sunset really sets the tone.
Scanning ahead.
And Bang has been on the money. He's the only one dedicated towards site. Narrates actually managed to make it back over somewhat in time. Still behind the smoke, but another one placed down from Bang. Consideration to play it forward. Great connection on the ult as well. And Bang's position does get considered, but you still can't kill him. Takes away Alpha, and no trade there for Kron. Blinded and hungry. Bang goes in. Takes down Kron, and it is just methodical. Narrates, Bang, perfect hold.
And the concern being this is the first time Fnatic have stacked up and looked for a set piece towards either side, to be honest with you. And it gets absolutely dismantled by Sentinels. Bang again, just always good for 2, it seems, in situations like this.
Again, Bang probably won't ever be in your highlight reels, right? 2 safe kills there, but the value he is bringing is second to none. He's top of the board currently, but as said, safety kills. Even the coaching staff looking a little frustrated at the tempo. Kaplan there just, hey, it's all going well. They're 7-3. Nothing's really phased them yet. It hasn't pushed them out of their comfort zone. And it feels rinse and repeat now.
Scrambled purchase once more from Fnatic. Just going to make round 12 pretty awkward for them.
Oh, three players dedicated towards B this time. I don't know if it's a read into this. Cool, that is good info on that.
And another adjustment here on Zelsys' utility, at least. And actually, finally, isolating Bang. It's been a problem.
But I like that Narrate's noted the players coming through top middle. He's pretty much going to be gift the try and do what you can. We can't help you yet. They've sliced right up the guts here, Fnatic. Almost doing a little bit of a fake out. Alpha.
On the fadeaway.
Okay, fair enough. Zekken, you got a 1v5. No, you don't! Alpha, you absolute nutcase. Catching him easy.
And just like that, a flawless response from Fnatic. Able to find success towards top mid. And the spike and them was a great read from Sentinels to try and, I guess, mitigate the risk on the back of this wall. This time around, the isolation of Bang is perfect. A looked even more ridiculous the second time after that kill from Alpha.
And you're going to need to see that, Alpha. If Ascent's in the map pool, you're going to need to see him firing, right? But 7-4, okay. It's not a complete shutout here. Fnatic have found enough rounds to build forward. Now, again, similar scenes to that last round here.
Well, Fnatic feel as if they have found something to work upon.
I mean, they're drawing the rotation towards top middle, right? You can't leave it open. Narrate has to react. John QT has to be present. This time, Narrate very present. Down to 20, but he's done his job in this. They want to try and get some pressure through Market, and Alpha disrespecting the util felt like a desperation play almost.
Sure. Now
Then look how deep they are, Mike.
I was going to say, Boaster tasked now with making something of nothing, to be honest with you. Just as
not like that.
Zelsis, who would find the wall bang. Now down to Chronicle and Crashies, a 2v5 to try and convert here into a 7-5 half. A tall order.
It certainly is, and I have to credit the discipline from Sentinels, because the tempo and pacing from Fnatic, which has been discussed, is very slow. It is very cautious, but Kron
30
got
seconds
them
left.
4 before. Need more this time around. Does have Crashies there. One
C
shot
wants
dart.
to make something happen here.
You got to get at least a kill, right? That's the long and short of it. You have to at least get a kill to make this possible and ideally be able to back away. They may not expect him so close by, but the Horn will do the job. Nice work on one for the trade. Instantaneous. Sentinels playing the numbers game very well. Crashies can't do enough. Sentinels looking very in control, Mike. This has not been a problem.
No, I think Fnatic adopt a game plan here to try and slow things down and make Sentinels sweat a little bit. But like I said, coasting through a lot of these rounds.
Yeah, gonna need to see a little bit more fire under Fnatic for my flavor in this. I don't love this tempo for them. I want to see them come out swinging. Sen look all too comfortable.
Oh, this song. I'm gonna get some copyrights. I'm gonna get some copyrights from them. Copyrights from them. I'm gonna get some copyrights. I'm gonna get some copyrights. What's Oh, we are back.
Well, the pacing certainly a little bit of a different tempo from that G2 Gen G game just
sure,
now.
yeah.
But 4 rounds is manageable with a pistol. But Mike, how do we see this one going down so far? Because I don't know how I feel about this yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not sold on Fnatic. I mean, it didn't even really feel like an 8-4 half, to be honest with you. Fnatic to come away with as many as they did. Can they build upon that now?
And yeah, instantly different pace here coming out. Second fast towards elbow, clearing on through. Paranoia late, actually. So you can already see that Kayak's had a look, but he sees nothing. Very late presence coming out from Bang Berserker. Straight on the side, Boaster. Good denial, takes a, whoa! Takes a second! Get out of there! How's he found two? Kayak comes back around, but we're in a 3v2 now. The pressure mounting, you can see it. Just getting into the scrap from NEONSHADOWYT. Sends us packing in the pistol.
Another situation where you think Fnatic have got the early win to get around under their belt. And Sentinels just strip it away. Boaster, two fantastic kills. The stun on the first, actually, to find Zekken with a right click, but then double it down under so much pressure. But NEONSHADOWYT really stretching his legs.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, that was gorgeous. That was gorgeous from NEONSHADOWYT. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That was something quite special there. And a mid-walk from Fnatic wanting to take the fight to Sentinels. You're on the defending side now, guys. You could have chilled out. But NEONSHADOWYT going to pick up where he left off. Carrying on this sort of fatality, lethality, but also on a classic. I'm sorry, maybe just a what? What is going on, Mike? Are we in deathmatch?
Fnatic seemingly now looking to play a little more aggressively, taking the fight to Sentinels as you would have wished in the first half. Boaster put a classic in his hands and he's shining right now.
Right? You're not going to do...
Besting Zekken twice now.
That's ridiculous. Hello. Hello, speed up. Delsis clears him. No more naughtiness for that. To Crashies, who's kind of lingering around middle, maybe able to see if he can get maybe something to fight in with.
Can he recover anything?
They've still got the main weaponry. You're looking at it, right? The two Bulldogs are still there. It's one Stinger that's gone down. And Delsis, yeah, right place, right time, and Crashies knife out. Ain't gonna do it. 10 discovered for SEN. And I like Fnatic trying something here. You might as well in a round like this.
Absolutely, yeah. So it really comes down to this buy round now. You've got to see them get on the board here.
Yeah.
Too late.
Be 11 and a broken purchase once more.
Okay.
Nice, boys. Come on, let's go.
Stripping away any comfort the Fnatic have even attempted to find. I haven't found it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I've got to say as well, the part being in my mind, this hasn't just been the Zekken show, right? It's everyone else stepping up here. Your NEONSHADOWYT having a great show, Bang being on the money, Zelsis as well, everyone else doing their jobs. They haven't really needed Zekken to be the all singing, all dancing. But now on the attack, obviously with the Neon, this is where we could see him kick it up a gear.
And on the attack, to have a round 3 initiator ultimate is huge for Sentinels.
How do they fancy popping that? Got time. All the pressure on Fnatic in this regard, right? They have to stay on their toes here. Can't afford to drop the ball. That pistol round would have been everything. If they'd been able to drop NEONSHADOWYT there, that could have changed the outcome potentially, but he's still slipping through middle.
It's a very, very secure setup here for Fnatic, though.
Yeah, all that info off of the back
Alpha's
of
got to be careful.
Yeah, Gary, Paranoia, but still alive is SEN. NEONSHADOWYT going to take down Alpha, and they have to back away. There goes that ult we were talking about. Value, yes, and SEN looking for the site, but bang! Back to back! Boaster on Kron, devastated.
Crashes down to 11 HP. Fnatic have to give this up now.
There's no way back in. The flank irrelevant.
Spike planted.
This is unreal. SEN looks so comfortable here.
Fnatic look a little lost, to be honest with you.
They do. And have we seen timeouts yet?
Seen just the one from Fnatic very early on.
Love to see another.
They set up here, it was both Chronicle and Alpha, but Alpha's posted up close and personal with his utility. Again, maybe a lack of information, but Crashes has already kind of figured out they're drifted back into mid because that, well, not contact found, but damage trade-off.
Yes.
It's really bizarre to see that. Unfortunate set of events. Kayak now, maybe actually, on the chopping block here.
Yeah, a little bit dangerous for him.
Oh, actually, a cheeky smoke as well. So 5 alive.
Yep.
2 rifles maintained here for Fnatic, but a long road back in, and that I mean, the only saving grace being that they've held onto 2 of those rifles because the money, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Alpha, I mean, again, in that situation, if you're there, you have to commit towards the kill. You back up, you're dead regardless. But with the reveal through the near side, just can't find Zekken. Painting a silhouette around him.
All right, it's kind of crunch time, right? It feels like we've gone here with a bit of a whimper from Fnatic. It hasn't been the show we wanted yet. Sentinels just striding through the map. Zekken looking for the space, going to work off the back of the paranoia, going to be punished. Kayak, nice, set into motion there. Zekken goes down and maybe still a chance to get some control in this one. Oh, that's lovely. Kayak just a shot through the smoke. He'll take that every day of the week.
Now backing away, conceding this space.
There.
Early win out here, can just play towards trades on site if Sentinels commit, but see now Crashy's exploring. Zellsis has potentially some ideas at threading the needle here in this Fnatic setup. Crashy's still guarding it.
He hasn't had a great series yet, or at least map yet here. So again, Zellsis has been on the money. That's a shoulder, and that's a stun. Didn't quite connect, but the shot does. Zellsis carving a path, and now both are trying to play it forward, but Zellsis again! He is setting this round alight! Sentinels making Fnatic look silly!
And the early win out for Fnatic, but Sentinels able to course correct here, now find themselves a body to the good in the post.
Zellsis just nutmegging them straight up middle. It's not a chance. And now they've got to try and fight it back in, right? But you've got Chronicle and Alpha. Not really easy to bring this utility in. Double stacked up on the site. Gonna try and get themselves away, but you're gonna still play in Zellsis. Alpha making a go of it, but Zellsis does so well. Down to the 1v1, but time is running low. John QT calm under pressure. Kron, same sort of thing.
He's got the half.
Going.
What?
Yeah. Kron!
No!
Kron, you absolute madman!
ये crazy भाई.
Trying to bait out the steps here, but Chronicle doesn't back down. Brazen with the defuse.
To do that at that scoreline,
Yeah.
that would have been 12. That's bold, but I've got to roll it back to this moment from Zellsis.
Yeah, I mean, the timing is just played to perfection here from Sentinels. You see as well, actually the reveal and the fault line coming back online to set this lurk in motion. And that's how they're able to flip this advantage back in their favor. But bold moves from Chronicle. Fnatic cling to life here on Sunset. Actually, again, we're seeing further aggression, or at least probes sent out by Fnatic. No reward just yet.
Going again, we do have the Owl drone. Having a glance, should just make it past the wall. We'll note the player on the right side, and Kayak gonna catch the rate, so good damage here. Oh, just caught!
Just below the door.
Oh, that's a nightmare, isn't it? Trying to back away towards market.
Only really got Chronicle's utility now to rely on. And this wall committed towards mid, so Sentinels plenty of options. Actually drawn Alpha away as well, so going to leave that utility control of Baseline. Actually, will be invested.
Look towards top middle. Zekken might just pump off this as well. Ron's going to be the one to try and deal with them. They come mark, but no, it is straight top middle. He's taken space. Alpha reactive, trying to slip away. Spot the pixel, getting the body drop. Jump QT down, he knows there's more. Alpha, big double kill. But then there's still so much more to be done. 20 seconds. Where's that spike going? Bang's got his ult if he wants it. Oh my goodness.
Oh my word.
There's no way they read this though, right? 13 seconds. The block.
Zellsis, yeah, a little lazy in here, but actually behind the wall.
Good God, this is just centimeters away from being deadly. 5 seconds has to commit on the plant here, and Kayak closing in. Chronicle's fallen. It's on Kayak and Crashies in the 2v2 here. Bang and Zellsis. Zellsis takes the head off of Crashies, leaving just Kayak, the young gun. Good for it on one. Looking for a second. Kayak, you can doubt him all you want, but he has been exceptional for this team.
And another hero round from Zellsis as well. There's Kayak with the Red Bull clutch.
Like ये अच्छा था कज़ाक का, but
6 on the board now for Fnatic.
Poison's gone.
In the finest of margins, and Crashy's a little disconnected. Obviously, the anchor over towards A side with all of Alpha's utility, but the bounce on that stun, outrageous from Kayak.
Nice try, boys. Nice try, boys.
That was a lovely little Red Bull clutch from him, and again, the conversation around Kayak is, it's a learning lesson with him.
यार ये म्यूजिक डालते ना, म्यूजिक से कॉपीराइट आ जाता है। कल भी करा था, कल मेरे को कॉपीराइट आ गया। कॉपीराइट मार देते, बताओ सब कैसे चलेगा ऐसे? कैसे चलेगा? कल इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज का टेस्ट। ओह, आपको याद है? मैं आपको अपने
that one. Good timing as well. That's a lot for Fnatic. Sorry, did you suddenly just get given the Sentinels book? How did you just read everything they were about to do?
Oh, it's crazy to see Fnatic respond with a round like this. Actually, ekrUKh creeping all the way into spawn, but John QT sharp to it.
Where the hell did that round just come out of, Mike?
I mean, it's such a fantastic read. The setup was beautiful.
I'm honestly a little stunned at it, but as it stands, John QT just trying to play this out.
30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Looking at it, who needs ult? I guess Crashies could do with this one.
As I say, regardless, I mean, unless he's left to survive here, John QT should get his ultimate if he dies or finds a kill. Money a little weird for Sentinels. I mean, John QT sat at 4,500 and Zelsis actually at 33, so maybe able to pass some weaponry.
I remember something like that
across the board, but that'll be 7 for Fnatic, clawing their way back into Sunset.
It's slow and steady, but it's starting to get there. But again, it was lovely from Crashies, but it's the fact they already had 2 other players set up ready for it. They didn't really themselves.
Enemy remaining.
It all just kind of fell into pieces, right? The dominoes started to fall. And talking of snowball, Fnatic almost have all 5 ults ready.
Oh yeah, they're in a fantastic position here. One away for Crashies as well.
There's no way this game gets close, right?
I mean, this half certainly suiting Fnatic way more. Since that aggression or willingness to kind of stand and fight that we didn't really see in the first half. Sentinels just happy to receive time and time again, and Fnatic stumbling on the first hurdles on their attacking half. Here we've seen some fantastic reads, beautiful setups.
Got the spike.
Ooh, looking at Kayak's line here. They do go around that. Really heads up work, actually. Nice. And burning a bit of the util too. This is ticking the boxes here, protocol list-wise. And again, Sen finding it hard to get a grip on where Fnatic are.
Sentinel's just desperate for a fight somewhere.
The discipline's not going to be giving that up from Fnatic. They've been playing this slow and steady pace.
Second happy to entertain the idea regardless. Now 45 seconds on, waiting for some of those cooldowns to come back online in Alpha.
Camera
Cam
taken
set
out.
up.
Tips दे रहा हूँ भाई. I want
Potentially
you
read
to
this
remember
backside of the
kebab की
fake.
belt से डाल
Still
दो.
TP here for back.
Still got all the trips as well, and look
Yeah,
at
so
where they are.
he can sit here, but with the utility, as you noted, you're going to know there's been no progress on site.
Trust the time भाई.
Boss is in the right place for this too. 25 seconds. They're going to have to make a run for this one. Zekin's found Kayak.
Boster's not stunned.
Oh my god, Boster gets away with it. Still standing. Got his
You wanna
paranoia.
know
Got the TP.
something?
Gets out of there. Next player coming in. Narrate gets caught. Alpha controlling the back line. 10 seconds. Boster buying time. Second springs forward. Zealous is trying to make this happen. 7 seconds though. They are running out of time. Zealous has to plant, and they are closing in. Fnatic starving out Sentinels.
Cage 3.
I was talking about the clock for Fnatic, but worked to perfection here. And it's only due to having that third body over towards B site. I mean,
But I
both
like
have done so well here.
One shot किया
The
फिर
Rolling Thunder
उसके बाद ज़्यादा
just
difficult हो
passing
जाती
him
है.
by. But this TP back as well, it forces
Ah,
Sentinels to
crazy.
hesitate. They have to hard clear. I mean, Zekin
3
makes
round
handy
DK
work of it, but
complete.
There can
like I
only
said, it's
be
the clock
सबसे
then that
crazy
suits
चीज
Fnatic.
breach वहाँ पे ult किया.
Nobody has to
Omen
swing
ult
onto
नहीं
these
हुआ.
angles. They can wait for Zelsis
Poster
to make a
Omen
move.
खेल रहा है.
5
कोने में
ults.
बैठा रह गया
This
भाई.
is actually the 6th. That was going to be Sentinels. Zekin going to go for it. Just the stinger in the back pocket. But now you can see already Boster up for the challenge. Zel's just going to catch Kayak towards the middle. And they're going to go for a higher
Dono
tempo
three
piece
Neon
towards B.
Mike.
But there's still 3 bodies here, Mike. Do they cancel on this?
The best thing
Now
you
on the
can
ult,
do, bro,
surely.
is just
Zelsis knows he's got a bit of a gap to play with here.
live your
He's been
life.
great at these.
That's
So the
it.
trip behind him.
With these feelings.
It's Fnatic again now,
Just remember money is
actively
more
trying to
important.
hunt him out. So they know he hasn't crossed.
Oh, Zelsis. He might. Oh my god. How is Crashy's alive?
Things will work
I
out.
thought he was on a platter, but the pacing here isn't
Find
quite
yourself
high
a good
tempo
friend
enough.
as well.
They've got a complete free sight. Alpha's still here. Oh! The wonder kid is ever! Slaps the rate away from it. And now down at 3. That plant doesn't feel
Ye
comfortable yet.
comeback
Gotta
ho gaya
wait
to
out the
mera
ult from
move nikal
Crashies.
jayega.
They still got more to burn if they need it. 40 seconds, a second attempt at the plant.
Come through now. The 3v4 now for Sentinels. Zelsis trying to get active, find something. The TP out, and see another jump shot!
Again! Someone just back-to-back clip that, I don't care! Zelsis!
enemy
Oh, what the hell is this from Alpha?
Alpha is
Zelsis has to be
hacking,
a
why?
hero, though.
I'm trying to.
He has to put on the cape, put on the costume, and find 2. He's doing the dance. He's desperate for it, and they fly in.
Tell her
Fnatic
to
still
go to
alive after that man on your screen just went nuclear.
Take the yes and no and
Ridiculous from
yes.
Alpha. I mean, the first one crucial just to slow down the hit here. What? Show me the second. It's exactly the same. Just disgusting.
That's unreal.
And then finds the spam as well through the wall.
Yeah, he's here. He's here. He's here. You better watch out for him.
And Fnatic now
5 rounds, Mike.
knocking on the door.
5
If you are on
rounds in
friends
a row.
basis, you can at
Sentinels
least
don't like that
talk.
one.
Fnatic have actually still got the timeout as well. I said that
But
timeout
mera
came in the
manna
third
like
or fourth round. I can't remember the first half,
super
but
early.
Boaster certainly
I like the girl in 7th
keeping things in
standard.
control, I guess, in game.
Totally ignored. She even threatened me to stay away.
Now it comes down to a bit of a face-off
Then in
here.
8th standard,
Finance is
just
starting
for
to dwindle
fun,
now.
she said
Four Sentinels.
to get
Still
in
actually ultimates to
relationship,
play with as well for
and
Fnatic.
it wasn't
Do have
anything
Narrate's
serious.
ultimate,
It was
but
just
Neural Theft, Kayak,
like a
Chronicle
joke
actually
for
does have
her.
the pit.
Then
And I feel crazy having this
in 9th
conversation.
and 10th, I was in
I didn't
different
expect to
school.
see a world where
9th to 12th,
Fnatic
I
win
was
this
in
match.
different school.
And then that changes how the
In
veto
11th,
works, right?
we
That's a
connected
conversation
on
for afterwards.
Facebook.
But
Then on 11th
Especially
and
after the first
12th, we
half.
were connected.
I got my sold then in my prediction, but
We talked a lot. That
Wait, who did
2
you
years.
for this game?
for the series,
Yeah.
Then she again waved off.
Well, no, I'll admit it.
Fnatic. You wanted SEN, I know you did.
Wait, you went for Fnatic?
Yeah, yeah.
Just blocked and don't
I've
know
still got
anything.
Kayak now. There's like I stay CS and
Fair play, fair play. Okay, Operator is in, and this is one of those swing factors. If you aren't familiar with Fnatic when Kayak's previously had some
But,
bad
like,
games. That operator
overall
used to
the
get him out of that
experience
Been the
ditch.
catalyst for him.
One way or
But he's
another,
certainly
you
not
will
been in
gonna
any
feel
ditch so far. He's been
the
having a
anxiety.
mad performance, so another
Like,
layer added to this.
Maybe
He's
this is
not
a
with
read
you,
into
you
the
feel
pace or the tempo
anxiety
shift after this
and,
timeout.
you
Could be
think
rewarded
कि
here as
brain
it
सारा
does
ध्यान
look like a
उधर लगा
contact
हुआ है.
play from Sentinels.
When
If
you're
they're
gonna
going
get
contact on this, it is
like
so
in
brutal. Kayak's
relationship
going to be a one
like
and done.
the approval from her after
Yeah,
that
still
the
gets
same
it.
ही रहेगा.
All good. Zekken,
Anxiety and all
he's
these
had a
things,
hard
na?
game here, I'm going to be honest, and that's rare to say because I feel like Zekken's one of the most
Same
consistent,
feelings on
high
like
achievers.
with a different
He's
name.
struggling with that
Naam
and
change
another
होगा.
deep line adopted.
Easy
They've
eating.
got to commit utility to force him away. You can't be going for these contact pieces now. Ooh, a little cuppy.
Well, I mean, smoke's going to make it difficult to get
Do it. Go on, do the thing, do the thing. Walk the smoke, I dare you. Oh, he's being sensible, Mike.
You hate to see it.
Spike planted.
Fun enjoys around the world devastated.
Still his ultimate though.
Right here.
Can make something happen potentially here in the post plant.
There.
Very slow, cautious in approach here, but Kayak confident. His teammate's got his back here.
They got to start building now, though. The time is ticking, right? There's the trade out. The paranoia not going to be able to be worked upon there. Sent through. Fnatic got to get moving. Sent with an opportunity now. Layered utility well, but Chronicle catching two sleeping. Back goes down completely. Look at Chronicle. Banana right back in the headlights. He's going to know where they are, but Crashy's sticking on the defuse here. Swing! Oh, and he doesn't miss! Defuse!
Oh, bhai, so close. So close.
It would have needed
So far.
an ace from the raid. But Crashies has to make a move here. The Red Bull clutch going in Sentinel's favour to find 12.
I know exactly.
God, it was Kron does it on one side, Narrate does it on the other. Just too
Narrate
late.
did 4 kills.
You see
bhai.
Narrate unsure hand shaking for a second, but then he's
हाँ,
up.
तो मोवन
Knows
भी
what
तो
he's
कुछ नहीं
done.
होता भाई.
He's got
ये
Sen
वही
to
हो,
12,
Gen Z thing है,
breaking that
Moon kind of thing,
momentum.
ना. You're gonna have like
Sentinel's
these
back,
feelings for
looking
someone.
ready
one
for
way
this,
or
but they got to keep going
दोस्तों
now.
के लिए भी हो जाती है. My male friend got girlfriend and
The
he
money's so fragile
stopped
still.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah.
spending
After
time
that string
with me.
around.
Oh my
तो
God.
थोड़ा अजीब ये रहेगा भाई. One way or another, you will gonna have some weird feelings.
Poetic
For
for
someone
Narrate
in
to
your
be the one doing this.
You got to live
Finding
with it.
comfort out
You
in
got to
America.
live with it.
Alpha does.
You can't do
So
it.
sis. Crashy's now got bodies in front of him abounding. Zek going to take away the sight. Plant now next. You're down to 2. Kron and
पढ़ाई
Alpha.
नीड होनी चाहिए.
Big
भाई पढ़ाई से
names.
ध्यान हटता नहीं है.
Same
जब
to be
पैसे
said
का
on
रहता
the
है
other
ना पैसा
side.
या कुछ ऐसा.
4 players waiting. Sentinels 2 kills away
पढ़ाई
from
से
map
ध्यान हट
1
रहा है तो
under the
दिक्कत है
belt.
सौम्या भाई.
Kron
मुद्दे की
waiting.
चीज पढ़ाई है.
Alpha.
क्योंकि पैसा
Contact
नहीं आएगा
phase
बिना पढ़ाई
Narrate
के.
down. Next layer has
मुद्दे
to
की
come
चीज
in.
पैसा है
Join
actually
together.
भाई.
Playing in unison now.
मुद्दा
1
is
right,
पैसा.
2 left. Kron has a little look.
अगर वहाँ से ध्यान हट रहा है, then I
Gonna
can do
swing.
something.
Now we're gonna need a
हाँ,
magic
पढ़ाई
moment from Alpha.
नहीं, if
6 bullets in the time
पढ़ाई
from
लिखाई
his
से
side per
ध्यान हट रहा है,
second.
then I can
12
tell you
HP.
something. But if
He's
it's
misread this.
talking about these feelings, ना feelings
My
रहेंगी भाई one way or
God,
another.
Second is absolutely
someone.
ice.
For
God
anyone,
down.
you're gonna
God, beautifully done
at
from
last the
Second.
clutch, man.
Didn't fall for it for a
One way or another,
second.
you're gonna feel something about someone in your life. Like you're gonna think bad of her, you're gonna think bad of for her. तुम move on नहीं करोगे. You just start hating her, then you will gonna get feelings for someone else. This will gonna keep going on. That's life. यही जीवन है मेरे भाई, यही जीवन है. Bear the feelings, but अगर पढ़ाई में नहीं लगना ना तो simple thing यही है कि make a goal भाई. जैसे like my goal is to make money भाई. मेरे को तो पैसा चाहिए. That's what motivate me for different works. Like even when I was like I had feelings for her, I wasted some of my time, but बहुत ज़्यादा भी नहीं करा waste. Some of the time होता है waste, but ठीक है, इतना तो manageable होता है. इतना तो manageable होता है. मैं थोड़ा फ्रेंड्स वगैरह के साथ ज़्यादा टाइम स्पेंड करता था, बट मेरे को जब थोड़ा बहुत होता था ना कि हाँ वियर्ड वाला सीन, तो आई यूज्ड टू स्पेंड टाइम विद फ्रेंड्स. इजी वे. लाइक हम 5 जन का ग्रुप है, फ्रेंड सर्कल में हूँ। हाँ चिल है, there's nothing wrong in liking someone. If you like it, it's okay. There is nothing like move on, bhai. Got to keep this feeling, bhai. You got to bear this feeling actually. ये रहेगी जिंदगी में, आगे तक भी रहेगी। You got this feelings for a human, भाई मेरे को मटेरियलिस्टिक चीजों के साथ होता है भाई। लाइक मेरा जो बेस्टी है ना, वो उसके साथ फैमिली फ्रेंड है। ओके रैपो दिखाता, देख तेरे को रैपो कैसा है। इसमें कितना टाइम है अभी? 2 मिनट, 2 मिनट ज्यादा नहीं है, बट लेट्स सी रैपो। जितना ज्यादा सोचेगा ना और इस बारे में कि लाइक ऐसा वैसा फ्रेंड तो सब ये बकवास, उतना ज्यादा दिक्कत होगी चीजों में। जस्ट मेक श्योर शी नोज, व्हेन शी नोज देन इट्स ओके, नाउ लिव योर लाइफ, डू सम क्रेजी स्टफ विद योर फ्रेंड्स भाई। मैं मेरे दोस्त भाई खाने पीने निकल जाते हैं भाई। हैव सम शौक इन द एज यू आर। मेरे शौक खाना पीना है भाई, खाने पीने के लिए मुझे कहीं भी भेज दो भाई। बाहर की चटोरपंथी करवाओ भाई, गंद खिलवाओ मेरे को। एंड आई नो दोस गंद आर एक्सपेंसिव, तो मेरे को काम भी करना पड़ता है भाई। लाइक द वे यू वर टॉकिंग टू मी ना, तुमने पहले बताया था मेरे को कि तुम्हें वो करनी है लाइक गेम वगैरह डेवलपमेंट की। सो हाँ उस पे उसका ध्यान रख माइंड में, उसके साथ साथ फीलिंग्स वगैरह चलता रहेगा भाई। मैं तो मटेरियलिस्टिक चीजों के लिए भी होता है भाई, लाइक ह्यूमन से ज्यादा मटेरियलिस्टिक चीजों के लिए सैड एंड हैप्पी फील करता हूँ मैं। दैट्स हाउ बैड थिंग्स आर विद मी भाई। ये रैपो है भाई। These are weapons, this is my medical kit, this is my base, this is my card, this is a map, this is a mini map। इन सामान में मिलेंगी चीजें। तो मैं एक बार लाइटनिंग चेंज करूं, उजाला हुआ होगा थोड़ा। यहाँ पे भूत भी आते हैं। बीजीएम क्या है भाई? ये इस गेम का हुआ है भाई म्यूजिक। भाई हॉरर गेम से कम नहीं है भाई ये। इसमें मॉन्स्टर्स भी आते हैं। क्रेजी थी ना गेम, अच्छी है। तो देखा है ना ये इंस्टा वगैरह पे। मेरे को तो सिंगल प्लेयर भी अच्छा लगा भाई। मतलब सिंगल प्लेयर इज एक्चुअली नॉट दैट गुड, इट्स बोरिंग, बट मुझे तो सिंगल प्लेयर भी अच्छा लगा। मैं स्कूल फ्रेंड को डाउनलोड करवाया मैं आज ही। मैं सोने जा रहा, कल आता स्ट्रीम पे टेस्ट है। ओह माय गॉड, आई नो टेस्ट की तैयारी करना भाई सही से। भाई एक और चीज बताता हूँ भाई, गर्ल्स डू गेट इम्प्रेस्ड बाय स्टूडेंट्स हु स्कोर हाईएस्ट इन द क्लास। आई एम एन एग्जांपल ऑफ I used to score highest or second highest। बाकी भाई इन चीज़ों के बारे में ज़्यादा नहीं सोचने का, जो होगा देखा जाएगा वाला माइंडसेट का। Go to sleep, good night, best of luck। उससे नहीं भाई, क्लास में हाईएस्ट चाहिए होता है, तब बनता है ओरा। ओरा बन जाता है ओरा। मैं डालूंगा भाई, एक्चुअल पता नहीं क्यों बट होती है मेरी। हाँ भूत आया, ये भूत है। वार्डन आ गया भाई। मैं रैंडम गोली चलाई और मैं मरा। The girl I liked was as dumb as a cucumber. Sorry. Oh भाई। भाई सो जा भाई। हाँ सो जा, अब सो जा, गुड नाइट। लेट हो गया, कल एग्जाम में नंबर कब आएंगे? कल मिलते हैं। Good night. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. आया वापस आया। मेरे पास भाई उसने नियरली जान से मार दिया भाई। वो तो यहाँ तक आ जाता है। I'm done. कहाँ गया? कहाँ गया कुत्ता? ये मैप बिना मरे पूरा करना तो बड़ा मुश्किल है भाई। लोल भाई अपने माइंड से फट के मर गया।
A lot of pressure now to try and there's not many counter plays right to a Chamber getting up close and personal, able to dip his toes and get out, but could be a trump card, the Uno reverse from Sentinels, and that's where Milan even touching on, yeah, bringing out a curveball, but hey, how do you react now?
Yeah. I think they've just one-upped you in that matter, but we dive into this dome where we get to truly see the test of these two creative sides. Fnatic on the attack, and of course SEN then on the defending side. And let's see how this looks. We've got a lot to learn. Already a 3-play stack on this B site.
A bit of pressure here, a probe sent out in terms of the util from Crashies. Second motion is played towards short. It's Alpha to lead the charge. We'll find John QT, but actually no damage done there.
No, and that's a couple of those bullets spent. Already the rotation's coming in, Narrate's gonna be here. Kayak on the corner, nice shot from Kayak, quick to try and hunt that down. Does get denied the springboard forward, but Narrate's screwed. Yeah, ekrUKh was hungry for that. And they're fighting for that space behind Tree, taking over towards Heaven, making the site really uncomfortable. It's two players trying to tuck in towards Hell. And if they get the spacing right here, Fnatic, it should be pretty light work. This was really well crafted, Mike.
Just gonna say the miss on the first, but Alpha connecting with the headshot. Zekken now need an ace to find this pistol.
Have I told you about the story of Zekken's 1v5? I've not told you that one.
You have not.
It was on a waylay, which is crazy,
Was
right?
it?
Yeah.
Round one of the second map.
It must have been probably a different game because I don't see it happening now. ekrUKh's playing the no fun allowed game.
The fun police.
Yeah, they've turned up. Sirens are on. Yeah, Zekken's having a go, but it's... Even in the losses, the man's still scary as hell. Good God, that man. Nasty with it, but a round nevertheless for Fnatic here to get the first in the second map.
Certainly a confidence booster through everything they had at that comeback on map one, but said Sentinels. Well, out curveball here in map two, and maybe some early learnings here to find on the side of Fnatic. Excited to see, really. I mean, it will be the face-off. Maybe not in the first half here between Alpha and Zekken. Maybe not so much Kayak in that regard.
All right, one Sheriff for Zekken. And obviously on the other side, you're going to see them try and go farming here. But a big investment, ekrUKh, Kayak, prized possessions they don't want to be losing, and a 5-play stack. So they better avoid one side of this map if they know what's good for them. But let's see if they can just test out the waters. This puts a lot of pressure on, I'd say, Crashies to kind of do this good scouting to make sure they don't fall into these sort of traps in place. And it looks like they're aiming towards middle to begin with.
The space to play into, for sure. Still cautious. Going to give away any early advantage here in round two.
Ooh, okay. Narrate goes down. Nice. Enough correction in the end from Alpha from that second. This is good for him. Again, you want to see confidence being built. The other 4 for SEN. Not really all that enthused by this round, are they?
No. Especially when you look back towards the minimap now. The big gap. Ground to cover.
Good call from Fnatic, though. They'll be happy enough with that.
Still so cautious of a snake in the water here. We'll find a clean plant, though. Able to get themselves out of sight as well. Yeah, really scratching their heads now.
I said not here. Zekken is getting closer. Door's shut, though. Nope. Door's open. And Fnatic would like to find the opponents. It does seem a little bit of hide and seek so far, but Kayak going to take down Zekken, who did have that Sheriff. So the main sort of danger weapon gone. Speaking of weapons, there is one now dropped.
Launching thorns.
Have to see if they can recover this or keep it out of their hands, but Zelsis, this is a lot. That's 3 players here. They're going to make Fnatic work for this, though.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Still trying to keep them in market here. Well, that's you both kills come through.
Okay, Vandal back in. Everything recovered. So, yeah, Vandal, Phantom, and the Guardian still in rotation.
Yeah, difficult to really police the weapons in that situation. Almost want to force Fnatic a little deeper, maybe to fall to the spike, but the plant position. A little bit of safety here. Damage done, though. Really going to cause problems for the purchase here. And obviously, the offset to that being Alpha.
Revealing area.
So the ability to buy up effectively a Guardian in the back pocket.
That works.
Right side of the map for Zekken this time. Does have Zelsis here too. Alpha propped up towards B main very early. Again, this tempo from Fnatic is slow. We've been kind of talking about this. Very, very slow and steady.
Yeah, and certainly some question marks here of what Zekken's going to be doing. Does enable a lot of defensive aggression. And Alpha
Shot.
beheaded. In similar setup, though, to what we saw earlier on. It's not Alpha to lead the charge here, but rather sell the fake elsewhere.
I quite like the deeper positioning from Narrate. We've seen that Fnatic do like to prioritize that deeper tree control as well. If he can police this, it'd be impressive, but it's difficult. Fnatic once again taking that territory. Kayak tries to get a little technical with it, but Narrate comfortable on the pressure. So far, so good. Actually overextends and is rewarded.
2 with a Bulldog, by the way. Massive value found. Will force now Chronicle and Boast to consider just holding on to this weaponry.
Not many opportunities for a play here with that spike going through tree, as said. If
mean,
it all goes wrong, you're kind of stuck there.
So they do have the benefit. It's only Alpha that's broken. He's got himself as close to a real weapon as you could hope for with that amount of credits left in the bank. Sentinels here on the board on a SEN. As wise, it's only really Kayak and Alpha making progress here. Crashes as well, actually. Yeah, and the rate goes huge here with Bulldog. Awkward there from Kayak's position. Snappy onto Crashes as well, who had a rough first map. We'll see him certainly establish himself early on here on Ascent.
Yeah, and a little bit scary as well if Narrate starts going early. You saw how that last map ended. I mean, he was on a high note and a half.
Oh, he's buzzing up on his feet.
Oh, and a little bit of a deeper exploration coming out from Zekken there. So this feels like this fight's going to be happening a lot, right? Between Alpha and Zekken fighting for that sort of early space on maybe B main or over towards A. This time Zelsis there with him. And they are waiting. This time Alpha, a bit of damage done. Zelsis wants to clear this util, but couldn't quite crest the corner.
We really want to see them remove the...
That's 3 players.
Yeah.
They should have noted on this side of the map.
Rate's been fairly quick to rotate over towards A. He's making moves now. But this time around, the difference being Fnatic sit behind this. Spike still over towards the B side. And Zekken still commanding this space into B main.
Zekken's been outdone this time. Back and forth between these two so far in these rounds. Zelsis still has some stall on this site. He can buy a bit of time. We saw that earlier rotation coming out from Narrate. Now he wants to get back. Can Zelsis buy some precious seconds? Can he keep Fnatic away from the door? They're already chomping at the bit to get closer, looking for that cross through towards site. Slips in the smoke, takes away Alpha, looks for some more damage, but he can't do much more. Kind of pinned in at this point, had to give up Cat.
The flash is perfect. Zelsis couldn't catch him. He actually caught the backside of it as well.
Yeah, but overextension towards CT. I thought maybe he'd try and buy a bit of time, see if someone could swing off him. But Chronicle goes down and leaves it in this 3v3. Now how does SEN then break back through towards the site itself? Look at the utility they have. 1 flash for John QT. That's it pretty much, and 1 smoke for Bang. Difficult to breach this side of the map. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Two towards Cat, high flash swing. Away we go, Crashy's blind. What is that? Bang still firing on all cylinders though. He knows where Kayak is, but it ain't enough to kill him. Kayak survives and Fnatic make it out like bandits.
How? This Crash is alive there to find a kill. Maybe just a catch on the flash themselves, but Alpha crispy on the entry. Yeah, weird exchange here between Celsius and Chronicle. Bang almost lining up a 4K here.
One god, Bang. So close on that. I was like, bro, why are you aiming that towards me? Damn, okay, timeout early for SEN though. They're touching base up on what, round 5? They've hit the brakes here. It, maybe just kind of trying to get a grip on this. Again, you're playing up against a comp that you probably aren't super familiar with. You're seeing a chamber again, seeing this sort of thing. And again, if you're looking at the coaching stuff, Kaplan's there going to be trying to keep in touch with them quick.
And you could argue it's maybe some of the rounds that are most frustrating to lose because there's not necessarily any flair or, you know, nothing special about some of these rounds. If Alpha can just kind of find these dry engagements and win out, those are tilters. You're not really testing the sight hold or anything like that. It's somebody almost overstepping the mark on Sentinel's side. So maybe just trying to rein that in early on, but certainly for Zekken in the first half, you don't want him to just sit back and receive some of these sight XX.
And it does feel, I don't want to say like a coin flip between the two of them, but they have been going back and forth, right? Zekken's had his moments. Yeah. Obviously, though, the value of Alpha getting that first pick does open the site. You saw how isolated then Celsius was, and it was really hard to stall out. He did great, though, slipping into that smoke, catching a player. Still stalled out almost enough for Bang there, but not to be. 3-1, Fnatic firmly now starting to build a lead. The operator is in, but
Let's play.
so's Tour de Force on the other side. Zekken taking a look. Knife comes in, probably going to catch one there. Imagine that connected. And Zekken decides to rattle off a shot, but back away. That opens up gap for Fnatic.
Almost leaning towards a pace change on both sides, so as soon as the Tour de Force is out.
Active fight on towards Street.
Yeah. Well, actually, the spam onto Kayak.
And it's done. Oh, Narrate! How are you diffing Kayak in that? He had to snap back to it already. You're going to see this coming in to try and clear out, and it does. Hunter's Fury does well to catch out Narrate, but they've made it hard work to play up Cat, a real different hold. They're just playing it forward a little in unison. No big opportunities for Alpha to bring in the ult either.
Trying to make something work here in range of the TP. But a pause for thought here from Fnatic. Even 4v4, but John QT tagged down to 47, so slight advantage.
30
Alpha
seconds
once
left.
again, curious. Does have the spike himself as well, so going to hope that Crashes can come and reinforce this, but it's Zekken.
Down mid.
And look at the
on top
time.
once more.
The word melons is coming to mind. 10 seconds. Fnatic, yeah, they're getting closer, but Bang's still here. If he can deny the plant, that's everything. And Bang's currently getting curious. Dealt with by Kron. A messy shot from him. Celsius can't get there in time just yet. And look how disconnected Kron is. This is so difficult for Celsius to clear out. Crashy's dart. Shock dart's back in play as well. The second that Celsius gets closer to sight, if he gets contact, that checkmate of Kron's position surely comes in. And it's there. Lovely positioning. I thought they were too late then, Mike, but they are letting that clock run low.
Not many options to recover that on the side of Celsius, but just a really bizarre exchange here. Towards short, it's only really the Hunter's Fury that opens things up for Fnatic.
One enemy.
Almost 1 second shows his hand with the operator. Able to deal with it. Couple of ultimates now online for Sentinels. Still got Kayak though. Potentially go, but actually a set piece out towards mid here.
Yeah, and look at the pressure coming out of B main too. It's kind of look towards middle, but I promise you there's more of us here. And there is. They're fighting together. SEN kick up the pace, and they rip apart Fnatic. Boaster and Alpha have a mountain to climb. Alpha rattles off the bullet. They now know where he is. Spike's in a dangerous position too.
Yeah, crazy teamwork.
Wants that back.
Sentinels ne.
Boast already trailblazing away. Alpha gets the spike, he gets away. Now where do they go? It feels like it has to be towards A, right?
Got all this pressure elsewhere. They're not going to walk short. Surely
Right?
not.
Oh my, no. Why is this choice feels mad?
There's not going to be any
Playing Sen's
confirmation
rotating?
for Sen, but this is certainly bold.
Oh my god, they might, I don't, oh! They catch more than the timing. They catch second.
But do they read that as Sentinels have already rotated and now go back towards B? Zeus is still in a position to do damage.
He's thinking about it, isn't he, Alpha? And with
30
Zelsa
seconds
still alive,
left.
you've still got this wall in middle. He triggers it. Trying to bait it out to look back like a B. A double fake, potentially. And a late
Bosa's got
lurk
the spike
up
as well.
cat.
Oh my word.
That was close. That was so damn close to smoke on CT. And Sen have to react to it. They have to respond to it to some extent.
10
But it is
seconds
the
left.
play towards A now. Plants can be coming down. Can Boaster and Alpha navigate this? Paranoia still there.
That's huge, actually. 5 seconds on a smoke as well for Boaster.
Door shut as well. Where's he off to? They don't know, we do. Smoke gonna go in. Ult's popped. Alpha's out of it, but they're gonna flood the site now. Sen looking to try and clear, trying to maybe catch Boaster in the meantime. Paranoia's still in play. There it is, posted. Alpha, you gotta come into this one. And he checks it, it's clear for now. They are hunting them down, but Alpha denying. Boaster trying to live as long as he can. Alpha, the man who will not be clutching up Fnatic, doing the damage.
Almost felt a little awkward there. The Paranoia could have connected potentially onto Alpha. Not sure of the range, but what a recovery.
Player standing.
It takes everything from Alpha. 4 kills for him.
apologize, Suzanne.
And this pace change really from Sentinels. Actually, the second timeout coming through.
Boaster's up, Boaster's up. You shouldn't be. Double timeout called into effect. Sentinels.
Would love to be a fly on the wall.
Oh, wouldn't you just? Hearing that.
Again, because that's when you watch the minimap back and it's a round of seconds. Millimeters almost. But a huge win for Fnatic to find their 5th. Sentinels now really a stinger and a sheriff to Zekken. Tuck themselves back into a deeper hold for sure.
Oh, they've been abusing Cat over and over again.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
And I quite like the occasion, you know, Narrate's been trying to play a little close towards Tree, but then we had that Kron and Crashies round that just battered them. Sen finding it hard. They've been so close a couple of times, but it's just not quite been there. Steadying. You can see that Fnatic getting that protocol list right. Early clear of the wall, early clear of the thorns.
It's all ahead of 60 seconds left, yeah.
Going through that checklist very well. Making those rotations now difficult, and Alpha gets let off the leash. Has a glance towards middle. Is still building towards A.
Say ult here for Kayak as well, so the drone will come through if it doesn't confirm. Maybe you see it, but actually, Spam almost catching on John QT.
Oh, safety found in the smoke there. Almost a second of thought for it. And Alpha's gone right up the guts here.
Fnatic playing the entire map
There's a
on this
3-play
attacking
stack.
side.
There's still 3 players on this B site. So they've actually got the read right here. But you look at the weaponry, that's the hard part here. Sen getting the tempo right, getting the read right. But with 25 seconds, it can go wrong. Fnatic could have left this too late, but let's find out. 24 seconds, they got to make a play here. Stall coming in and Crash is taking those brave first couple of steps. Good work from Zekken, good stall. It's 17 seconds now. They got to get towards the back of the side poster. Makes a meal of it, but lands it in the end. Zekken again, 10 seconds left. Zekken is still on fire here. Bang! Lands a shot and kyrUKh is sweating bullets. This one's over. Heroics from Zekken doing the damage to Fnatic.
And gets the 4. I mean, Fnatic victims of their own success here. Like I said, playing the entire map, but then playing right into Sentinel's hands. Or the hands of that man right there.
It's a scary player to get going, to get confident, to get feeling out this game. Look at these
10 seconds
shots.
left. One enemy remaining.
Good
And then you look at
God.
all that, and Bang's still there, just waiting.
That rock solid player.
Play time, boys. Play time.
The MasterCard Thrifty coming through. Beautiful highlight there for Zekken. But can they keep these reads up, right? They got to keep a grip on Fnatic, who are looking slippery.
Boaster down on the Stinger now. Broken by
Retrieving flash.
for Fnatic. Zekken one away from the ultimate again, but John QT and the rate have theirs to invest. Still sitting on kyrUKh's. Now Chronicle.
There.
Rip away the
Result
advantage here in terms of the purchase for kyrUKh. That's 60. He runs through! What?
Sorry, is Houdini in the server? Because that was just simply magic. How has he gotten 2 there? No right at all. Great knife timing on that one to connect, though. Gets at least denied to be able to invest the ult. So now the plant's going to come in, but they're in a 5v3.
Sentinel's giving this up already. You can see them tucked into the
Cancel,
side.
yeah. What the hell was that from kyrUKh? Give me that on a replay,
I mean,
please.
the first, maybe.
Second.
First match, Sentinel, second match.
Outrageous.
Show me it back.
Can't
Can't take it. You got to feel in a way for Sen. They can't get that momentum on their side, right? Yeah, a brilliant round from Zekken, heroics from him. Right back, cool, okay, kyrUKH's behind us and he's just gotten 2.
Well,
All right.
especially now, if you're Kaplan, you got to just sit back and watch these rounds.
Yep.
It all rides on John QT in the server. Be a flawless round 8 here for Fnatic.
Wow.
Maybe that's the turning point for them in terms of momentum and establishing themselves now with a 4-round lead. Certainly got the funds to support that.
Oh, he spotted his
Spots him in the smoke.
Over. Launching missile.
That is absolute filth. That's Narrate as well, who's looked so sharp. I said coming alive in map 1.
Yeah, kyrUKH is an absolute gunner, apparently. Okay, we've got a couple of... So kyrUKH's been sat on his for a while now. We've been kind of keeping track of that. Kron's got his. He wanted it in that previous one, but actually the knife denied it, and then they had the round regardless. On the other side, though, Zekken one away. John QT's got his. Narrate's got his. Gonna need to see something around this, though. Once again, respecting Fnatic to have all of this mid-control. Not much of a test towards this.
Yeah, Sentinels have not been dipping their toes in
No
the early round.
operator, no challenge on it. Don't fancy it.
You could argue maybe with Zekken now sitting on 3K.
Deeper wall.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, Fnatic were able to pull this out very early on in the previous rounds.
My portal broke.
Oh god, kyrUKH again. You got another rabbit in that hat to pull out. No, pretty simple, but the timing's right for Bang. Takes away Alpha, trying to maybe scale into this, and stalled out on shore. Uh-oh, time to run. Okay, they're good.
Chronicle ahead of this now with the spike. Actually not going to be isolated.
Okay, this is nice, so this time around, do get to invest the ult here. So just those classics waiting, but I've heard something about those Sentinels classics. That makes me a little bit nervous here. And even kyrUKH investing util, they want to clear house! The Bang comes down, swinging! Outrageous stuff from Bang! He could be on for the ace, 8 HP in a dream. Celsius gets the job done, but beauty from Bang there.
The desperation to capitalize on Chronicle's ultimate is their downfall.
Seconds left.
Up against the ropes. in hell. I mean, the flash is perfect.
One
And
enemy remaining.
again, you can't fault the first two swings here.
I'll have what I...
Just when you think it might be the moment Fnatic stabilize here with the lead. Sentinels fight back. 3 still separate these teams.
Oh, I like this.
Like I said, yeah, with the funds in the previous. Zekken now on the operator, sorry.
But also that maybe they're willing to, I don't want to say challenge middle, but let's see how they maybe want to approach it. Kayak wants to test early. Okay. Zekken.
Well, I was going to say,
what was the plan?
a really awkward
Maybe some discomfort
recall
on the
there.
agent. I don't know. That didn't seem like he went the way he wanted. So Narrate now.
Whoa.
What is going on in these couple of moments here? Zekken, sorry, excuse me, Zellsis is still on this side. So they felt pressure in market and through main. This feels very indicative of this B hit, but we've seen how slippery Fnatic can be. Hesitation on rotation, but Bang closing the gap. He should be the checkmate here. Keep Zellsis steady in holding this side, but John QT's gone down. There's still a wall behind here. TP could be taken for Bang, but if even another 4K, this is ridiculous. Fnatic slow and steady has been working, smothering Sentinels. The plant up next. Bang, I mean, he was a hero before, but this, I don't think is in the wheelhouse today.
Looks like he wants to just look for an exit. Again, maybe even retrieve the operator, but Boaster tucked into pizza.
And again, I come back to the start because I quite like the idea, kind of playing a little bit deeper initially, waiting for that early wave of util, and then maybe taking a glance. But it felt like maybe just a bit of discomfort on the agent for Zekken. It didn't look like, obviously, that was what he wanted. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dearie me. Bang, if you survive, it ain't gonna happen. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, an early TP from Kayak and the clone. I think he knows he's got him back to rights.
Yeah. I see
Beautiful play up middle.
Ah.
And again, it's just the timing that it takes him to pull the operator. And actually, yeah, I mean, Kayak's on the angle so quickly.
Oh, it was just an ankle shown. That was enough for the shot from Narrate then.
One enemy remaining.
Big round from Alpha, though. Paving the way towards B site for Fnatic. And a trade-off. Again, look at that timeline. Last 4. Coming back and forth here.
Lovely matchup, actually, between these two. I'm liking it. And again, it's that whole idea of being better to be remembered for ambition than to be forgotten for obedience, playing their own way, bringing out new agents, as said on this way, like, be it a hit or a miss, fair play, you know, you can call it how you see it. This is the first half on the defending side. But then you look at Fnatic, of course, rewarded so far with this chamber adjustment, Chronicle as well on that Vice.
Time to jump.
Fnatic have been in control in terms of, like I said, playing the entire map, drawing out this util very early on, but Sentinels don't seem to respond to that, don't spring into action. I say when they do try to dig their heels, and that also hasn't suited them.
No.
Other than some heroics from Zekken here and there.
This is, they're playing back Bauhaus, not 30 seconds yet, and they've read it so well. Where are you meant to go? Zekken trying to buy him time with the ult coming in, but still Zellsis has to lean forward. Boaster takes him down. He was actually set into motion well. Narrate does a little bit of damage from CT. 20 seconds, starting to fumble on time, and already Bang to take the quick TP and the ult invested towards the back of sight. 15 seconds for Fnatic. Come on, you got to get towards the site here. Zellsis set up for success. Bang on the trade, can't do enough. 7 seconds and the plant is wanted. Does Kayak get given that freedom? No, he does not. Narrate there, denying the plant, and Fnatic leaving it way too late.
What's the setup here? 10, 15 seconds earlier. It's teed up for Fnatic, but once more, I dare say it, victims of their own success. They have so much space to play into, so much freedom where they're almost second-guessing themselves in some of these situations. Bang to spring the trap once more. 3 on the round from Narrate. Quiet half from him. You can hear Zellsis now trying to rally the troops towards a 5th here to close out the first half.
Trying to ignite something. It's been a hard game to get that kind of momentum building. And it's something actually to keep that away from Sentinels. They are a team that never feel truly down and out, no matter the scoreline, no matter the map, no matter the matchup. The way that Fnatic are playing this slow RVS ground has been hard to build momentum from. And again, Bang getting caught off there. Just that kind of 1v1 over on A main that was slowly building.
Yeah, it was a warbang as well, so that's just the edge of the... John be on the top of the boxes, but have to wait and see.
He's not been having a highlight game. Narrate, on the other hand, has been nice from John QT. Quick way to make up for what's not been a good affair yet. Can he do any more, though? No, goes down with a lot of util as well. Cleared out by Boaster, besting the other IGL. And Kron in support, not letting them fight alone. Security found for the plant. Zelsis, just a formality in the pathing back for Fnatic. Making it up to 8, keeping SEN on just these 4 rounds. Mike, this one looks one-sided. We're gonna have to wait until that second half to see if SEN have more for us. They've got to come out swinging.
One enemy. I'll have
Esports is a $2 billion industry now, but it all started in dingy basements and cramped living rooms.
From how the pros train to how the money flows, this G2 and MasterCard series breaks it all down. 12 episodes, packed with insight and lessons.
Broskies, that's it for today. I think I should go to sleep now. देख ही जाते हैं या फिर पूरा
the value and what it can bring. We've seen how good Alpha looks with this chamber. We've seen this sort of stuff. Kayak, of course, that amazing ability to be able to pick up those 2 kills on the A site. Ridiculous at times. However, we go in. Sentinels. Are we going 3? Or do you have it in 2? Only 4 rounds to their name. It is a long path back.
We did see that face-off initially in the first half between Zekken and Alpha. Certainly more so here in the second. It's a set piece going to come through from the Sentinel. Zekken up close and personal. Doesn't find any contact, but actually ekrUKh finds him.
Yeah, Kron having that corner uncontested was wild. It felt like they checked off every other part of the map. It was a very well crafted approach, but still, does a bit of damage. And look at the rate. 34 HP and tucks in towards help. Looks like Short is the way forward here. Slow and steady for Fnatic once again, waiting, and Sentinels tired of it. Try and get involved again, punished. Zelsis is the only one to make out with a positive trade here, and he's fallen. Alpha doing what he needs. Even crashes now on his feet. Boaster in prime I-Series form, giving it large.
There's a line there that I won't repeat. Maybe another day. So Chronicle just, yeah, no pressure whatsoever. Move the tip of the spear here and into a 4v4 ahead of the plant coming through, but Alpha.
That was tasty.
Connecting on the headshot here to seal the deal.
Nice shots, bro.
9th under their belt. See if Sentinels can get anything going here to maybe flip round 2, but only classics.
I mean, this is starting to look like that Icebox third map is becoming a reality between these two. First map didn't feel as explosive as expected, but this is certainly a test. Be careful here, they are close by, those classics can do work, but again, shot in the dark and Alpha is rewarded. Zekin disrespecting it, takes a glance in, and then dips out.
Would peel away now, John QT, the only casualty. Zelsis HP bar as well, down to 32.
John's been having a bit of a nightmare as well. Rough game for him.
Able to really have a say in a lot of these rounds. See a fairly thankless role on the KO, but certainly expect a little more from him.
Shadows traveling.
He's timing on that smoke, actually. See the paranoia.
Yeah, I was going to say, inside the smoke, so.
There we go. Tron. Oh, he's so well controlled, but SEN digging in their heels this time. Hold on. Anything they can recover, any plant to be had would be perfect. So Narrate going to go for the plant and Zekin put on guard duty. Alpha going to find the first and they look to flood. Zekin going to be trying to make this one happen here. Narrate by his side, going to spot the players do the dance. Oh, and it's so simple. Fnatic not really giving any room for SEN to get up to anything.
Keep 2 rifles from this. We'll find the 10th. Ult charge wise, going to prioritize crashies on the Hunter's Fury. Maybe. Maybe just go through the housekeeping.
Yeah, just polishing this one comfortably. 3 still alive. As I need a bit more fire with Sentinels, Mike. There's just a bit of a whimper here.
Now's the time to make a stand. Long road back into the second half with Fnatic kicking things off with 2. Even actually riding this out now with a Bucky and a Sheriff.
Oof.
Boaster back on one of his trademarks of old.
Yep. A vintage look coming back in.
Again, Fnatic rounds to play with almost, so expect them to ride the economy out. Maybe looking to actually get an operator on the board nice and early.
This is scary though. Jump spot top middle. And now Paranoia comes in. And Alpha's really got such confidence. Smoke was still in play and he knows that now. Oh! The snap towards Zelsis was filthy. Still gonna get his man. I thought it was Zekin on the chopping block, but he gets to live.
Zekin recalled to avoid being pinged by the dart there. You see it was almost a surprise to see somebody swing out from that position. A 1-for-1 trade now. Damage done to Alpha and crashies. Argue a slight advantage.
Hello,
It feels like they've been lacking those.
Sentinels will group as 4, proceeding towards Boaster, who now has the bulldog instead.
Time is going to be, I'm not going to say late, but it's going to be short.
I mean, it's tight if they don't make a move.
Look at this
Chronicles already.
Nothing behind them. Yeah, this is going to get deadly because this flank is going to be fast as well. They need to get through side. They still need to clear back boathouse, and they're not investing utility. Want to keep this quiet. Both you buy the time. Zekin does well. Takes away players from CT. Now Boaster forced to fight, but the flank comes in. 2 players running straight down cat. Nice damage, but not a nice job. 6 seconds. Alpha can't do it. Sentinels down to the wire, but clinging on.
A ton of damage done. Fnatic frugal in the purchase here, so it feels like the best of a bad situation. Zekin the one to make this a little harder.
1 enemy remaining.
It's Narrate with another 3-piece.
Beautiful.
I said, the purchase in the previous now to find an operator in the hands of Alpha. See if we can put this to work. He's been present time and time again here in B main and hasn't really had anybody to greet him. Big ping at Zeki, got to be careful. Oh, the spam, but he finds Kayak.
How's it gone that way? Do they speed up off this, or how do they want to play it? There's a little bit of a question mark around that, maybe push out on B potentially because the wall got cleared, so they gather up towards Cat. It looks like they really want to continue towards A, but Quad's been solid too. Second, taking space away towards Tree. Supposed to come in on Bite. Does have that paranoia if Quad needs it, and I think he does now. Yeah, wait, they didn't even check for it. Narrate's still doing damage. Bang on, good layering here. Nice scaling up towards the site, and the spike should be in now.
She's still got plenty of util. One of the Hunter's Fury, so...
Zelsis. You couldn't get better positioning in that. The timing, it's time to run for Alpha. That is too valuable of a possession. You want that operator for late game.
And a big round actually to keep 4 alive.
Huge.
The Sentinels to build back in.
1v4 by...
Second. It's actually trying to remove that advantage. Don't want to see another one given away here.
Well, they are close. They got to this quick.
1v3.
You get to keep this one. No one else through CT side. You can see where they are, but I think they're going to pause now. I think we'll be kind of leaving it where it is. But again, starting to see a little bit more life in Sentinels, Mike. There's a build here. The fact that Zekken got that kill on Kayak still feels ridiculous.
Spam back as well. This is... Kayak got the Phantom as well, so no traces to even aid that from Zekken.
Spike down.
Right here, Sen.
One enemy remaining.
Have to commit towards this side as well. I don't want to say disrespecting the utility, but certainly knowing when they have to dial up the pressure.
All right, well, this is now looking like a big round as well in my mind. As much as the purchase is low for Fnatic,
sure,
I need Sen to look clean on this.
And it's actually the next that's going to be crucial in terms of stringing together this comeback. Have tour de force and potentially still an operator.
But Alpha is here. Alpha scares the life out of me in these scenarios when he does. How did that not land? Zekken!
Hitting the brakes.
Oh, the second time of asking! Alpha goes back in for it! And Alpha decides, screw it, I'm popping the ult! Holds his ground, stands as long as he could, but he goes down! Sentinels now flooding towards the site. Still have mid-control, but still 2 to clear on the site itself. The rate's got up, they've got options here. The buy now looking a little less lethal at this point. So they slow the tempo, Mike. They want to get a grip on this.
Now you got a Bucky and a Stinger to work with. Sheriffs to complement it, but...
This ahead. Stand your ground.
Utility perfectly placed here. And a chance for Sentinel to sweep through sight, but the crossfire doesn't amounts to nothing.
Perfectly cleared, perfectly cleared. And Kayak just cut out of the round. John QT needs the help maybe in the end, but he gets it.
This is absolutely huge though, because it draws out the tour de force.
Yes.
2 massive tools to offset potentially a lesser purchase, which is on the brink here for Fnatic.
Oh.
I mean, again though, there's nobody swinging into bottom mid here.
Yeah.
From Sentinels. I mean, Zekken's up close, but
one enemy.
no clearance to these close angles.
Can you imagine if that went the other way? That one shot, look how close that was. Even Alpha's like, how? But still, just... if that had gone the other way, who knows? But it's given a build back here for Sentinels. 7 to 10 now. Fnatic wanting this timeout and needing it now.
For sure, and I think Milan just looking to rein the boys in a little bit. Probably getting a little nervous now. You'd argue the hard work's already done, considering the pistol and the second went to Fnatic here in the second half. Like I said, we're on a knife edge now in terms of the economy. Got the Hunter's Fury, Chronicle with his as well. Kayak 2 away. Certainly for Sentinels now in a pretty comfortable position with basically 4 players at 4K and above. Zekken with his ultimate as well. Certainly Be awkward here if Fnatic will concede and have to ride a lower purchase.
Tense round now. You're looking at Kron, you're looking at Crashies as well. Those ults are here. Zekin's got his. What's the early approach? Sentinels eyeing up B. Big commitment. Zekin takes a walk first. Has a look. No one up close. Knife not going to find much. This time fighting Kayak quickly handles Zekin. That looked all too easy. And Sentinel sent back.
Launching thorns.
Back down to 15 HP, but Sentinel's not really to find a response or a trade there, with Zekin just trying to make use of some aggression through B main. Back to the drawing board now for Sentinels. Question marks across the map for them. We have a trip as well on Alpha with a very deep position, actually tucked into hell. Imagine the TP to get him up out of danger as well.
Cover going out.
Smoke will go up and kind of bait out some of this utility. Well, he's deal with the trap, but there's layers to this from Fnatic.
30 seconds left.
Now actually the clock. We'll apply further pressure now, and actually confirmation here of presence in B main.
Oh, okay, bang. And look at the time though, we're down to 10 seconds. Kron just turreting about, and they've got to try and power forward. Kayak's still alive. Yeah, he's down to 15, but his presence alone is a problem. Sen looked lost without a plan in that.
Losing Zekin early on. I said this was a huge opportunity for Sentinels to really apply pressure. Let this pass them by. Beautiful opener from Kayak.
Absolutely.
I said able to dip away, deny that trade. I said Sentinels just kind of hoping that somebody from Fnatic would play into their hands.
Good job, boys. Nice round, boys.
There's desperation towards B. That's a grinning, really, on the back of that.
Don't miss me too much.
And this time around, the adjustments through middle. There was similar drone before, but now look at Kai's position though. Playing deeper in towards B main, but pace change coming out. Pressure towards market. Crashes up to the test though, takes away John. Kron on the follow-up, and Sen falling short when it looked to just matter most. Bang, right back into it though. 2 big kills and it's still game on. Flooding through B main. Trying to get this plant in motion. John's gone down here in the end. No one able to retrieve him in this situation. 3v3 post-plant now.
Very early flank coming through now. Crashies does have the Hunter Fury as well.
Oh.
TP actually all the way back out.
Oh my
I
god.
was going to say, was he going to try and backstab Spawn there?
Bush just got Zelsis on the back pedal though. Look at that position right up on top. They had no idea. The paranoia not going to affect him either. You can send this right back to him. Bang, now blind. He was the hero who got them the 2 that made this look doable. Narrate's still standing, the king of the 3Ks, 4Ks hell, but he's fallen, and Fnatic break down the door! Looking for the defuse, they've got this one! And Sentinels looking quiet here now.
Map point now for Fnatic. Purchase going to be a little shaky on the side of Sentinels. Crash is just timing this to perfection. It's Chronicle to complement that as well. Yeah, both are over the top. Crucial kill.
Totally unaware of that possibility. 12-7.
Nice! Come on then, where you running, bro? Where you running?
Here we are. Icebox looking more and more likely. Sentinels hitting a brick wall that they can't seem to get above, around, or through. Zekin not given much play in middle this time. Kron and Crashies have been good at this. Till in, corner, takes a glance, but doesn't fancy it.
This is now looking to re-explore towards this utility that late round course problems with Poster. He's found one blind.
Oh, the timing is outrageous on this too. Ult goes in, they're still trying to power forward, but Crashies gonna take down John QT again. But that's Shorty waiting! Perfectly placed! And now Sentinel scrambling. Zellsis and Bang have to come together to save the day.
Retreating flash.
Well, Fnatic are taking us the distance. The third map looking so likely. Bang's been great, but Fnatic have been better.